Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Friday, and sadly that means that winter break is wrapping up, but that doesn't mean we don't have time for a cup of Gorbachev coffee and some video game review fun before we go about our business for the day. So today I thought it would be fun for us to review a game that's come up in previous reviews that we've been doing on the channel recently, the one and only Street Fighter V Arcade Edition for the PlayStation 4. We normally review games that are a little older, but I thought it would be fun for us to do something that is currently on store shelves. This is Street Fighter V, the Arcade Edition, and the really cool thing about Street Fighter V Arcade Edition is unlike regular Street Fighter V, this has a robust offline mode, which allows you to play through the previous Street Fighter games imagined through the character roster and visual aesthetic of Street Fighter V. So, on the channel, not that long ago, we reviewed Street Fighter 1 for the TurboGrafx/PC Engine, and we played that via the Nintendo Wii. So I thought today it would be fun for us to play Street Fighter 1 as imagined by Street Fighter V's creators. So without further ado, let's get down to playing some Street Fighter V Arcade Edition in Street Fighter 1 mode. As complicated as that sounds. Let's get to it. So, when you play Street Fighter V Arcade Edition for the PlayStation 4, we see that rather than just going through arcade mode of Street Fighter V, we can actually play through the stories of Street Fighter 1, 2, Alpha, 3, 4, and 5. So you get to really play through all the different Street Fighter stories. Now you will be, again, limited to the character roster that Street Fighter V has. So not all of the characters from Street Fighter 1 are downloadable content yet, but I'm assuming that eventually that will happen. So we're going to actually go to, for the purposes of this review, I am going to put this on one round for the sake of brevity, and we're going to start the game. Do-do-do-do. So, fun thing, right? When we play this game here, let me try to adjust the camera just a little bit here. Okay. There we go. Okay. We see our characters here. We have Ken and Ryu, who are the characters that we could play as right off the bat when we play Street Fighter. Then we've got other characters that are in Street Fighter, like Birdie and Mike. And then we've got Final Fight characters. And the reason we have Final Fight characters is because Final Fight was the original planned sequel to Street Fighter. It was originally called Street Fighter 89. I don't actually know who Zeku is and how he fits into the story, but obviously Sagat was the boss. Now, we don't right off the bat, and I'm not actually sure if Capcom has made all of the Street Fighter 1 costumes available through download and unlockable. When you do go through the game, though, the computer characters will look more or less like they did in the original game, but your characters are just ready to be rolled off as they appear in Street Fighter V. So, let's actually be Ryu, and we'll play with his costume colors here. And we'll start off fighting Birdie. Street Fighter V has very cool pre-match stuff, splash screens. Birdie apparently is not feeling that sick. He seems to have his tan back. Final round. But you'll see Birdie is in shape. So in Street Fighter V, Birdie is out of shape. But in this mode, he looks like he does in Street Fighter 1 in terms of being in shape. Now, obviously, Street Fighter 1 has much more fluid gameplay than... I'm sorry, Street Fighter 5 has much more fluid gameplay than Street Fighter 1 does. Street Fighter V, very, very, very responsive gameplay, very beautiful graphics. So you'll notice they actually did bring back a lot of this soundtrack of Street Fighter 1 for this mode here. So when you win, it's got that jingle that plays when the Street Fighter 1 characters go, "What strength? But don't forget there are many guys like you all over the world." So, Ryu has felled Birdie, and now we're going to fight Mike. Mike Bison, or as he's known in these United States, Balrog. So now we're going to USA. And yes, he's wearing his Mike stuff. Awesome. Yep. That is really cool. Now, it looks like we will not be fighting in front of Mount Rushmore. We're going to be fighting in New York City. In the Alex level. Yep. I actually have not seen this costume yet. So I'm really excited that they put the Mike costume in here. So now, Street Fighter V has some interesting game modes here. They have what's known as the V-Trigger. Oh man, listen to that soundtrack. I should have put this on 2 rounds. Boxers definitely punch hard, but that wind-up I can see coming from a mile away. Let's fight Cody. I bet they're going to put in his Final Fight 1 stuff, which will be awesome. Cody in the Street Fighter V story is the mayor of Midgar. Why not Midgar? Metro City. I think in the Final Fight review, I called Metro City Midgar. I've got Final Fantasy VII on the brain. USA. Yep. Frosty Boulevard. So I really enjoy the fact that we can now see in state-of-the-art graphics how the characters drawn by Akiban would look. See, Cody looks just like his Final Fantasy VII instruction manual and concept art here. Levels in Street Fighter V have lots of personality. In fact, Alex is in the background fixing his iced-over truck, which we in upstate New York can definitely relate to. We've had tons of ice storms recently. And every morning when I go to school, I literally have to thaw out my truck. It's insane. Not truck, my Oldsmobile. Man, getting wasted here. All right, here we go. No more messing around. So that V-trigger that I did by hitting the shoulder buttons, that's going to make all my special moves have some more oomph. I'm just going to hang back and exploit that here. Cody actually plays like an improved version of how he does in Street Fighter Alpha. Oh man, I'm going to lose. No. Get ready for this. Shinku Hadouken! Got him. A fight without purpose provides no answers. That's a lesson I had to learn as well. And looks like we're going to fight the big boss man right now, which is going to be Sagat, and I'm guessing he's going to have no scar on his chest, which will be very cool. See, this is, again, right here, this is a good example of a good game right here. I'm just having fun playing this. Now, I'm slightly annoyed that I don't have everything unlocked, but this is the kind of thing, like, I could just play this over and over and over again and accumulate enough points to get stuff unlocked. Yeah, no scar. And Sagat looks like his character model in the original Street Fighter, down to the fact that he's a little bit puffy. Yeah, absolutely. Very good stuff here. He's wearing his purple trunks, like he does in the last level. Yep. Now, Sagat actually looks a lot like his Street Fighter 2 instruction manual artwork. Like, I have the Street Fighter Special Champion Edition on Sega Genesis, and that Sagat looks just like his picture in the manual. But except he's wearing his Street Fighter 1 stuff, which is awesome. And listen, I don't know how well you can hear this music, but it is great. I'm going to pump that volume up. Yeah, this sounds just like the Street Fighter 1 Sagat music, but mixed in a more modern way. There you go.
You win.
I hope we can fight again. Oh, you will! That will be a recurring theme here. Now, what happens here is we get an ending, which is a very cool manga page that is fully colored. I believe. If this is anything like the Street Fighter 2, which we will review. Yeah, there we go. The younger challenger Ryu stands before the Muay Thai Emperor Sagat. When it is all said and done, the Emperor is left with a deep wound in his chest and within his heart. Yeah, and so there we see Ryu's Street Fighter 1 design and him laying out Sagat. And this is the ending right here, which is another nice thing. Newer fighting games have started coasting on not having endings, which makes me extremely angry, but yeah, there we have it. So, ooh, we get Bengus artwork! Awesome! Yeah, Bengus is awesome. He's one of my favorite Capcom artists. And we get this very cool, very, very cool Street Fighter 1 artwork right here. Bengus, he did a lot of the Versus game artwork, so a lot of stuff from X-Men vs. Street Fighter was done by Bengus. That Sagat is pretty horrifying, but this is a very intense, cool piece of artwork, and we see all the Street Fighter 1 characters, like Gen and Retsu and Adon and Eagle and Genki and Lee and Joe and White Birdie and Mike. And this is actually playing the credits music to Street Fighter 1 remixed in the background, which is super exciting and impressive here.
Thank you for playing.
Ooh, we get Bengus Artwork Gallery. We made good time on that, so let's actually go through the game as Ken, and we'll do both characters. We'll set this again to 1 round in the start game.
Fighter 1.
Get a sip of coffee here. Will be Ken. Should we be Ken in his tuxedo? Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna fight Birdie again off the bat. England! The V trigger for Birdie is called Birdie Time. Okay, that is a very real thing that we're seeing right now. Should be called Burger Time. Should be throwing salt at hot dogs and eggs that chase him on skyscrapers. That's what he should be doing. Here we go. Ken, looking stylish with that tux and the man bun right there. Ken, alright, now we can get down to it. Ken is my favorite character to play as here. So Ken, even though this is Street Fighter 1, he's got a Street Fighter 5 moveset here. There we go. Feel that burning vigor right there. Boy, can you eat. But where the heck are you pulling all that food from? I really want to fight Mike again, but we really should see Zenku. Although, I don't even know who Zenku is. I gotta look into that character. He looks like... I bet he's a Strider. I bet he's in the Strider Ninja Clan or something like that. He looks like that's where he would be from. Which would make sense, because Strider would have been a game that would have come out at the same time as around Street Fighter 1, late 80s. So, late 80s, early 90s in that Street Fighter 1 Final Fight timeline. Yeah, he's wearing Strider stuff.
Final round.
Man, I love... The cool thing about Ken in this game is his Hurricane Kick has got two versions. There's this one, and then there's this one. And there's my Dragon Punch right there, and now you're going down with this. And the gameplay in Street Fighter V, I've said it before, I'll say it again though, it is extremely easy to pull off moves. It is super, the controls are incredibly responsive. This is the polar opposite of Street Fighter 1, which is a game I deeply like, but the controls on it are very unresponsive. Let's fight Abigail, who is one of the bosses in Final Fight, the second to last level's boss. So you'll know when you start seeing the sunrise and the Statue of Liberty that you're going to start fighting Abigail, who will turn red and clothesline you after going, "Whoa!" So, it actually sounds a bit like Sinistar. USA. Metro City Bay Area, right where you fight them. Abigail's character design for this game is fairly horrifying. I don't mean that in a bad way. He's supposed to be scary, but he has a small head and a giant body. As shown here. Gonna start calling on his buddies here. Am I gonna get Poison and Roxy doing backflips into the screen and Elgato throwing knives at me while this is all going down? One thing I really didn't like when I played Street Fighter V before the arcade edition, its arcade mode, is I'd play online and I would either be too good for players and they would quit and I wouldn't be able to play them, or I wouldn't be as good as the player I was fighting against and they'd quit and I couldn't play. And I spent all this time looking for matches to do, and I'd be in situations where sometimes I'd be having like great matches with someone, and then, you know, the connection would cut out. It was just really annoying. I mean, I really like the online aspect of Street Fighter V, but just limiting it to online, that I don't think works very well for a fighting game. It's cool to have an online mode. The online mode can be very popular, but you have to have that core of having a ladder you climb and a story that unfolds, so that you can play, you can experience the story, you can experience the world, you can refine your skills in a controlled way. And you can have endings to sit back and enjoy. Anything else just feels like, okay, this is a battle engine that we're selling. And I really did not like that about the original release of Street Fighter V. The arcade edition, though, is much, 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 much better. There we go. That front roundhouse Ken has is great. Nice combo there. Front roundhouse right in the sweet spot right there. Man, I gotta watch out what I'm doing here. This game is also just fun to watch being played too, which is why all these like Capcom Cups and things like that are, I think, happening. There we go. I got the V trigger going, so that should that had a lot of flair to it.
You win.
So let's see what Ken's ending is like here, which I have not actually seen. I've seen Ryu's ending. I haven't seen Ken's ending. See, I don't do things by halves, oh great leader. All right, whatever that's all about. Loading time on PS4 games is noticeable. We're kind of back to how we were in the 90s. Alright. Under their master's tutelage, two young warriors train relentlessly. Their fights will continue today, tomorrow, and well into the future. So you see Ryu and Ken right there sparring it up. Very cool.
Thank you for playing.
No, thank you for making the game. So, let's see if we get any artwork here. Nope. Well, there we have it, guys. That is Street Fighter V's Street Fighter 1 arcade mode for the PlayStation 4. You should definitely get this game. This is not a game that you have to venture any farther than GameStop or Walmart to find if you're in the United States. So pick this game up if you have a PlayStation 4. You won't regret it. Until next time, guys, my name is Noel. You take care, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.